Order! Order! I will have order in this court!
Ah, that's much better. Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel, will you remind the defendant not to speak out of turn? Counsel.
If you're referring to my lawyer, I was disappointed with his performance, so I fired him. Into the sun. I will be representing myself from here on.
That is certainly a decision. Let us proceed. Professor Gazuntite.
That's Doctor.
Dr. Gazuntite?
Professor Gazuntite. Also, I've been knighted.
Your Honor, I object. The King of England was under duress when that happened.
I didn't undress him. I simply gave him a bunch of drugs and a sword, and he decided to knight me of his own volition.
Overruled.
Thank you.
Sir, Dr. Gazuntite?
Yes?
You stand accused of crimes against man, nature, and God. Counsel, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, behold Exhibit M, a jackalope. Sir Professor Dr. Gazuntite not only engineered this creature, a species that God expressly declined to include in creation, he also cursed this innocent being with immortality.
Mr. Jesus wanted it. I could see it in his eyes.
What anguish will this poor creature witness over the coming, say, 5,000 years? What pain will he be forced to endure for Sir Professor Dr. Gazuntite's entertainment? What unwritten laws of the universe has he broken in the name of science?
Counsel's statement is very moving, but counsel will please stick to written laws. The defendant does stand accused of, for example, the murder and dematerialization of 20 people.
Lies! Schlander! It was at least 50.
Counsel, are you ready for closing arguments?
Not yet, Your Honor. I'd like to call one more surprise witness.
Order! Order! This is highly irregular. A surprise witness? Will it be dramatic and gasp-inducing?
Absolutely, Your Honor. The most dramatic and gasp-inducing.
Then I will allow it.
The people of Texas call to the stand Dr. Gazuntite.
I'm sitting right here. That's not dramatic.
No, not you. Your son, Dr. Gazuntite.
Order!
Dr. Gazuntite, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Objection!
On what grounds?
Doctor-patient confidentiality?
How does that apply here?
I've been conducting experiments on him since he was a little boy. Ergo, I'm pretty much his doctor. Wait, what?
Overruled.
Then I declare spousal privilege. Son, will you marry me? No, of course not. There's a shot.
Let's get on with it. Doctor, do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Mr. Doctor, you're a scientist, isn't that true?
Well, technically I'm a horticultural engineer. I specialize in the biomechanical processes of plants. Nerd alert!
Can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury exactly what your father has built in his laboratory?
I can try, but it's complicated stuff. It's a little hard to put it all into layman's terms.
Proceed. I'll let you know if you're getting too smart.
Basically, my father accidentally created a doomsday device.
Elaborate, if you will.
The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said that no man has ever stepped into the same river twice.
Dumber, please.
Oh, okay. So my father built a replication chamber. What goes in one end is copied, and the copy comes out of the other end, exactly the same.
A little smarter, please.
But it doesn't include intangible properties like momentum or velocity, so the device can be programmed to set those based on a relativity algorithm.
About 10% dumber?
Right. Well, by accident, he discovered that he could turn the device inside out. Then, rather than copying everything inside the teleporter, he was copying everything outside the teleporter, which meant that he could rebuild all of reality. But something like that would require an enormous amount of power. The only way he could get enough power to build the copy of the universe was by dematerializing the old universe. But even then, it wouldn't be enough.
Hypothetically speaking, what would happen if he turned the device on?
Well, see, this is the awkward thing. He has turned it on. Son, please! They can't handle the truth. A month ago, Dad and I got inside the booth, and he destroyed everything in existence. Every man, woman, and child on this planet was wiped out, and then they were rebuilt. All of you, the members of the jury, the rest of the people in the world, you're all copies. You've only existed for a month, but your memories are exact duplicates of the people my father killed, locked in at the save point the moment he turned on the machine. As for the rest of the cosmos...
Wait. Back up. You're saying I'm a clone?
Something like that.
Did the original me die quickly, at least?
Well...
Everybody, shut up!
You can't just barge in here. This is a criminal trial. Who are you?
My name is Special Agent Brick Roscoe, BLT.
The Bureau of Lightspeed Adjacent Travel?
That's right, and we are claiming jurisdiction of this case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are hereby dismissed.
What's going on here? Isn't it obvious, my son? The technology I've been working on is too valuable to bury in a prison cell. The government sees my worth.
That's right. And if you want to earn your pardon, you'll continue your work for us. The United Earth Federation is working on a new space exploration device, and your machine just might be the secret component to getting us off the ground.
This can't be happening.
Come with us, Sir Doctor. This science isn't going to do itself.
Starship Mudskipper.
Meanwhile, in the future...
Which is why I really think we should be looking for the Mudskipper as soon as we can.
And this is Emperor Zod's trophy room. I mean, ex-Emperor Zod's trophy room.
Perfect place for a photo shoot. Let's set up the equipment.
Before we take your coronation portrait, O Emperor, it's time for your second lunch.
My stomach still hasn't settled from that gladiatorial death brawl, but...
I'll take it. Hey, Minion 5, was it? You got any more grapes? Guy, they got some quality grapes up in this mothership.
Emperor Zod was a connoisseur of grapes. He believed their finest flavors were unlocked when paired with an ancient and mysterious sauce known as ketchup.
Hey, Emperor Guy, you don't need me for anything, right?
I mean, I kind of need all the...
Cool, thanks. Hey, computer,
What's good?
does this console have a copy of The Best Defense?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's game time.
All right, that's everything. Let's make some coronation photos for the ages.
Hey, attendants?
We're called minions.
Right, minions. I appreciate your attention to decorum, but we have way more urgent things to do than publicity.
With all due respect, sir, if anyone's going to believe that you're the Emperor now, they're going to need to see some proof.
Wow. I mean, everyone saw Emperor Zod die.
Yeah, but with all due respect, you didn't kill him. The 5,000-year-old Doritos did it. It's the Doritos people fear.
I don't want people to fear me. I want...
Ugh. Who wants to tell him?
Not it.
Computer, you lost.
What? I didn't know I was playing. Oh, fine. The average lifespan of an emperor after assuming office is 90 minutes.
90 minutes?
It takes at least that long for all the security software to update with the new Emperor's identity, so for the first little while, you're more or less defenseless.
Outside that door, people are probably plotting a few dozen coups as we speak.
But a good coronation portrait can make them fall in worship in front of you instead. Emperor Zod's was one of the best.
Can I see it?
Right over there.
Is it... Oh, God. I wondered why the ceiling was so high.
There he is. All 30 feet of him.
He wasn't actually 30 feet tall.
That's your opinion.
He's kind of got his arms close to the camera.
He was strangling the photographer as the picture was taken.
He invites you to imagine the feeling of those hands wrapping around your own neck.
And as the life drains out of you, the last thing you ever see is those deltoids.
God, those deltoids.
Whereas with you, we'll need to find something for people to latch onto.
I mean, your hair is kind of neat.
That might work. Oh, Emperor Gazuntite, your hair! No, I just can't get into it.
Maybe with a maniacal gleam and some bloodstains. Less tiger on the hunt, more lemur with rabies.
Oh, we could cover his mouth in orange powder so it looks like he ate the Doritos and survived.
I don't think so. He doesn't look like someone who eats. Our best bet is to just surround them with Emperor's Odds trophies and hope that some mojo rubs off.
Here, pick one up and pretend you earned it.
Most of these are bigger than I am.
Fine. Just stand between them and try not to sweat on them.
What's up with this coffee mug?
He touched it.
It says, greatest minion in the multiverse. God, kitschy much?
That is only the most sought-after piece of minion memorabilia in all existence.
No one in the entire Imperial service has ever earned that title.
Emperor Zod said if we served him well enough, one day one of us might receive that mug.
He didn't explain how?
What do you mean?
I mean, did he give you clear, achievable metrics for success?
No, we just served as hard as we could and hoped for the best.
See, this is what I want to change. Wouldn't you rather have a leader who's transparent with you, who actually tells you what's going on?
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Yes, please. That's how we do things now.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to say that all this sissy talk is a real turnoff.
I'm not trying to turn you on.
If you could wave your arms a little less, sir.
I'm trying to make you understand that if we don't do something soon...
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
A coup is going to be the least of our...
Well, I think that's the photo.
Everyone's gonna be way too depressed to organize a coup now.
Emperor Gazuntite, shatterer of hopes.
Hey, y'all. Is there any more food? I downed that second lunch in personal record time.
No, Barry, we're going to focus. Minions, we need you to find a ship.
I can't think of anything else better to do. The mapping software is on the console your friend is using.
Hey, Thunder?
Oh, hey, guy. Fun fact, your dad's name is all over this bombing software.
Bombing software? What are you doing?
I'm sending out Imperial bombers to destroy the home worlds of my enemies.
I thought you were playing a game. You're blowing up planets?
What part of Thunderclops, destroyer of worlds, didn't you understand?
Well, stop it. We need that console.
Computer, pull up the Gazuntite map of the universe.
Dad's mapping software is still a thing too, huh?
What is this we're supposed to be looking for?
It's a ship called the Mudskipper. It was here just a few hours ago. It can't have gotten far.
What does it look like?
I mostly looked at it from the inside.
It's kind of got a body and some wings.
Honestly, it looks like a spaceship from a clip art library.
Got it. A ship with wings and an inside that's somewhere.
Great. Let us know when you find it. I'm just going to step over here and confer with my council. All right, fellas, now that we're alone, it's time for some honesty.
Okay, since you asked, so far, besides the food, being in the Emperor's right paw kind of sucks.
No, I meant I'm going to be honest with you. We're in really serious danger.
You've said that over and over, and I think one more over again, but you haven't
explained. Yes, I'm doing that now. The whole thing goes back to my dad.
Your dad who's been dead for 5,000 years.
But whose inventions are somehow still the lifeblood of a really uncreative universe. And his worst invention is a machine that's on the Mudskipper. My dad was part of the team that put the Mudskipper together back when it was the lightning bug. He'd created this transport system that worked by turning the whole universe into energy and then rebuilding it in a different place. But then this secret arm of our government took over and repurposed it.
Can you just tell me when you get to the good part?
I said it was complicated.
Yeah, but you didn't say it was, boring.
It's not going to be boring when the Mudskipper emits a galactic death wave that consumes the entire universe and kills us all.
Yeah, but you just said it puts everything back afterwards. That's kind of a pansy-galactic death wave.
They don't make galactic death waves like they used to. Remember the galactic death wave of 76? If you didn't haul ass out of the way, you were going to wake up with your ears attached to your...
I promise this one is so much worse. Because destroying the whole universe doesn't produce enough energy to rebuild the whole universe. Only about 80% of it. If the machine gets turned on, the edges of the universe, 20% of all existence, just vanishes. It's gone forever.
Guy, I'm a simple rock demon. I don't concern myself with what's happening on the other side of the universe. I just do my job, annihilate my enemies, and once in a while, take a nice vacation.
Computer, reel off a list of popular tourist destinations located in the outermost 20% of the universe.
The Blasteroid Belt Theme Park and Weapons Testing Site. The Secret Unauthorized Flesh Flayer 5000 Factory Tour. The Indenture Adventure Casino and Discount Labor Park. Mama Magma's Steamy Spa and Boiling Bordello.
Not Mama Magmas! I've been saving up for a visit there since I started my igneous phase! Man!
Here's the thing, guy.
Computer, reel off a list of popular food items produced in the outermost 20% of the universe.
Nucleos, uranium-enriched cereal, young, dumb, and full of gum-sentient, gum-filled candies. Also, the outer quadrant is the only part of the universe legally allowed to make cheese.
Damn it, guy. Why aren't you coming up with a plan?
I am. In fact, I have 2 plans. I can't figure out which one is the right one.
Please tell me that at least one of them is blowing up the Mudskipper.
No. Plan 1 is we fly away from the Mudskipper as fast as we can.
What would that even accomplish?
Give me a minute. Plan 2 is we fly toward the Mudskipper as fast as we can and stop them from using the machine.
By blowing them up! Come on, it's only Nikolai.
And Aileen.
And the computer.
And Mombot. I miss Mombot.
We are not going to blow them up. It has to be one of those 2 plans, but I don't know which one because it depends on where the Mudskipper is and how soon they turn on the machine.
Guy, you're the Emperor now. You can do as many plans as you want. You can send people in literally every direction.
Sure, the thing is, I don't trust my dad.
Given that your father is dead.
No, I mean, okay, someone needs to carry a message to the Mudskipper, right?
Okay.
But chances are that the machine gets turned on before they get there, in which case that person has to plunge into the death wave and just have faith they'll be rebuilt on the other side. You still with me?
I was just waiting for the part where you volunteer for the suicide mission.
Seriously, where's the guy we know? Looks like power has turned you into just another self-dealing, corrupt, avaricious coward.
I absolutely would. I've been through it at least once already, but I know my dad. He had a lot of time to tinker with the machine since the last time it got used.
What do you mean, tinker?
Computer? In Dr. Gazuntite's Space Wikipedia article, would there happen to be a subhead titled Easter eggs?
Affirmative. My love.
Read that to us, please.
Dr. Gazuntite famously left hidden messages and functions in his inventions. The best-known example is the immortal jackalope known as Mr. Cheezers. After Dr. Gazuntite's death, genetic scientists analyzed Mr. Cheezers in an attempt to discover the mechanism behind his immortality. However, scrutiny of Mr. Cheezer's nucleotide bases only yielded a sequence that read, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down."
LOL. Classic.
Dr. Gazuntite also invented the best defense, a military software used by most governments and security firms for the past 5,000 years.
I love the best defense. As far as I'm concerned, your dad is an honorary rock demon.
However, Dr. Gazuntite never intended the program for public use. If the software detects a user other than Dr. Gazuntite, a security protocol activates, and the console bathes the user in a cloud of radioactive puons.
What? I'm covered in radioactive puons? Those are even worse than regular puons. This guy sucks.
Hang on, there's more.
Finally, many of Dr. Gazuntite's inventions contain a counterattack protocol. Originally designed as part of a prank piñata that Dr. Gazuntite would bring to children's birthday parties, this protocol was later incorporated into many of his inventions. Those inventions, if attacked, will launch a counterstrike with 10 times the force of the original attack, all while singing, "Happy birthday!"
And that is why we're not going to blow up the Mudskipper.
Oh, got it.
Your dad sounds pretty crazy.
He was always very particular about being called mad.
I'm mad too.
So, apart from not blowing up the Mudskipper, what does this Easter eggs thing have to do with us?
You see the pattern. Dad always had to leave his mark on the things he built.
Okay, but...
And if the machine gets turned on, he rebuilds everything.
Oh.
It would be just like him to have the machine build us back different. It might make us forget the machine exists, or make us want to protect it, or worship it. Bottom line, if that wave hits us, whatever comes out the other side might look like us, but I don't know if it'll actually be us.
How would we even know if they turn the machine on? Can you see the death wave?
I have no idea.
So it might have already happened.
Whoa.
Hey, we found the Mudskipper.
Why didn't you tell us it would be at the center of an expanding sphere of energy?
Crap!
Meanwhile, a few minutes earlier on the Mudskipper.
Oh, give me a ship where the shields never dip without warning from 100 to 0. Where seldom is hoid that a huge asteroid any second might smash through the hole. Ow. Hey, prisoner, you almost done in there? Okay, well, whatever you said, we really need the shields to come back online. Judging by all the knocking, that debris field really wants to come inside.
I said the shield generator's fine. It's just, he isn't getting any power.
So, the worst has come to pass. The engine is dead.
I'm sorry, did you say the engine is dead? Can it be you finally acknowledged your father's crucial role in keeping this ship going?
He was eavesdropping outside.
No, I wasn't.
I said the engine is dead. D-E-A-D. Dad.
Oh, I guess that's important too.
Computer, run a diagnostic on the engine failure. Computer?
Low power mode.
Okay, so the computer isn't getting any juice either.
Isn't this why we bought that guy? Wasn't he supposed to solve this problem?
He did. He discovered that what we thought was engine failure was in fact a massive amount of bloatware that overwhelmed the ship's processing power. Guy removed the bloatware, restored the ship to full functionality, and was nearly killed for it. By me! Until a freak accident led him to instead becoming the captain.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's been a while since I listened to season 1.
But even then, even under the weight of 5,000 years of neglect, the Mudskipper never once lost power completely. Until now.
Power comes from engines, right? Where even is the engine? Do none of you ignoramuses even know where the engine is?
I was hiding in storage till, yesterday.
I'm constantly saddled with cleaning up after these bozos.
I don't like to think about my insides.
Okay, it's got to be down here somewhere. We just follow the power cable, rabbit goes around the tree, into the hole, and we end up at this giant cylinder.
That's obviously the engine.
This definitely isn't an engine. This is a battery. The absolute biggest battery I've ever seen.
Try kicking it.
I'm going to try looking at it first, but kicking it, that's a good plan B. Let me just crawl under here. Okay, there's a big switch on the back, and someone's written in marker, recharge. No way it could be that simple, right?
Stop stalling and flip the switch.
Fine, I'll just... Man, this thing is stuck hard.
I just felt a tingle go up my CPU.
Did you hear something?
I felt a great disturbance, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were silenced.
Meanwhile, except a little bit later, and also far away, back on the mothership. Seriously, what does meanwhile even mean? While?
Computer, how long do we have until the galactic wave overtakes the ship?
10.
10 what?
10 minutes. Sorry, I thought that was obvious.
Okay, can the mothership outrun it?
No way. The mothership hasn't left the solar system in eons.
Is it capable of leaving the solar system?
I'm not sure, but according to Emperor Zod, it's pronounced swolar system.
Okay, if anyone else mentions Emperor Zod, I swear I'm gonna break something again. Tell me, what's the fastest ship we can get to in the next few minutes? Anyone?
The cruiser that belonged to a late unmentionable figure of authority.
Of course. Thunderclops, Barry, we're headed for that cruiser. Who knows their way around it?
She does.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you.
Me?
You'll escort us to the cruiser. Is it ready to fly?
Emperor's... in the past, we were always required to keep it fueled up to the brim.
Okay, computer, send a message to the Mudskipper saying, in all caps, don't turn on the battery.
Why the battery?
Because that's what my dad's transporter is now. The secret people who got their hands on it turned it into a gigantic battery. So when the machine gets turned on and the whole universe gets turned into energy, the battery stores just the tiniest bit of that energy, and it's enough to last for millennia. That's what's on the Mudskipper, and we have to keep them from turning it on. And, any message we send now has to pass through the waves, so we just have to send it every different way we can think of. Who has a marker?
Here, O Divine Emperor.
Okay, and you.
Me?
Yes, Barry, take that marker and write on this guy's forehead, U de at ne ern te onwe e they Adaribe.
Slow down. How do you spell Adaribe?
I think it's got an accent mark on the...
Your job is to take a pod and fly straight to the Mudskipper. On the way, you'll pass through the thing coming towards us, which is a galactic renewal wave. On the other side, you'll feel like a whole new you. As you get near the Mudskipper, send them a message that says, don't turn on the battery.
I don't understand.
Good. The less you know, the better. Send that message on repeat, then get on board, tell them face to face, and make sure they also read the message on your forehead. Hey, are you getting this?
Yes. Sorry, sir. I'm just a bit turned on.
My lord, where are we going?
We are going away from the galactic renewal wave.
Away from it?
Yes, you've been found unworthy of its healing radiance.
As thou whimsest, my lord.
What do I do, your holiness?
I don't have time to care. Let's go, everyone.
So, I get to stay and experience the galactic renewal wave. Score. I wonder what it's going to feel like.
Eeny, meeny, miny, meanwhile, not quite immediately afterwards, but well within the next 10 minutes on a different part of the mothership.
Here we are, my liege.
Computer, get us ready to fly. Top speed.
Let me get this straight. We're sending that one minion into the galactic death wave.
Renewal wave
to talk to the Mudskipper, while we do the fly away as fast as we can plan.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all aboard with delaying the inevitable, but is this just about delaying the inevitable?
No, actually, I remembered another Easter egg. My dad always used to talk about this far-off planet he was going to retire to. I thought he was joking, but now he must have wanted a place where he could take shelter if the machine was ever taken away from him.
And this place is like death wave proof?
It's really far away, like edge of the universe far away. And if you think about it, it makes sense. As the wave goes further, it has to spread thinner. Holes are going to form in it, like Swiss cheese. I think my dad must have known where the holes were going to be.
I thought you said the outermost 20% of the universe got destroyed forever.
Most of it, but if my theory is right, little islands get left behind. At least one of them. But we've got to get moving.
Take off in 10, 9.
Where is it?
8.
Computer, pull up the map.
Sure thing.
Computer, how long can this thing fly at top speed?
About 60 years. 5.
Okay, show me that range on the map.
This is really distracting.
Whoa, he's going all the way out to the edge.
4.
60 years journey away?
3. 2.
Here, set a course for the planet Bumfuck.
1. Blast off!
Bombfalk, huh? Not the most inspiring name.
Well, there's a lot of planets in the universe. The good names were probably all taken by the time they got to the edge.
Couldn't help but watch in the rearview mirror as the wave overtook the mothership. Renewal sure looks a lot like disintegration.
That's funny. The mothership doesn't feel renewed. It just feels gone.
Yeah, the wave did a software update. You're not compatible with it anymore.
Whoa.
Man, guy, the view from this rearview mirror is something else.
I bet.
Just an endless field of glowing white.
Wow.
Like, it looks like the wave is right on top of us, which is funny because it says here, objects in mirror closer than they appear.
Okay, maybe just stop looking at it.
You stop looking at it.
Hey, computer? We're flying faster than the wave, right?
Calculating. Tentative hypothesis? The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
Okay, we need to take our minds off this situation. Look, guys, we haven't even explored the rest of the ship. Let's just see what's through this.
Could you keep it down, guy?
What are these things?
Fuel canisters, my lord. That door leads into fuel storage.
Okay. It's the only door. How do we get to the rest of the ship?
The rest of the ship is fuel storage, my lord. Emperor's, thy predecessor, was eager to be ready for a situation like this one.
The entire rest of the ship is full of fuel canisters?
Yes, my lord. 60 years worth.
So, hey, what's your name?
Minion 4, my lord.
Of course it is. So, what are we supposed to, do for the next 60 years?
Personally, I look forward to staring into the rearview mirror at the galactic renewal wave.
Yeah, it's pretty riveting.
And when the novelty of that wears off?
Thy predecessor was very fond of puzzles?
Cool. Anyone want to do a puzzle? Anyone?
Sure is white.
Meanwhile, back in the B plot.
I just felt a tingle go up my CPU.
Did you hear something?
I felt a great disturbance, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were silenced.
That's stupid and irrelevant information. Did the switch even do anything?
I mean, there's a little LED next to it, but it didn't come on.
This has all been a waste of time. Keep looking.
This is taking forever.
Meanwhile, 59 years later.
Computer?
Yes, my love.
Is any of the rest of the crew in hearing range?
Negative.
Okay, send a message to the Mudskipper.
Warning, fuel levels critical. Sending a message will reduce available flight time, aka lifespan, by 30 space minutes.
Make it so. And, have we tried sending one in French yet?
We have.
What about Morse code?
We've done that too.
What about French and Morse code?
That's a new one. Message sent. Reminder, full crew meeting is scheduled in 1 minute.
Crud. Record an entry for the captain's log.
Do you mean the Emperor's log?
Yes, that. Thank you.
Recording.
Emperor's log, stardate, whatever. If there's one word for the last 59 years, it's been discipline. Everyone has done without, and I'm really proud of the sacrifices they've made in the name of reaching our destination. I'm not always proud of myself. I've had to do some intense stuff to keep this mission going. Stuff it would be nice to talk about. And who knows, maybe I'll get to pretty soon. What was that?
What was what?
Is that an incoming message? Is the Mudskipper responding to us?
It's not coming from me.
What do you think it is then?
Beats me. Things get weird out here at the edge of the universe.
My lord, as thou requestedst, I brought the empty...
Okay, stay still. I'll carry it the rest of the way.
I can do it, my lord. It is not fitting that thou shouldst...
Please stop trying.
But I must earn my moment with the galactic renewal wave. I need only stack up with the others. The fever makes my hand shake.
I get it. Stay over there. I'm just gonna stand these back up while you go lie down.
I am so very tired, my lord.
Yeah, that cold you've got is pretty bad. Just push a little further, and soon you'll earn some time with the renewal wave. Then you'll forget you ever felt this way. Hey, fellas.
Hey there, Captain Emperor Guy.
What's all the racket? Y'all start banging your head into things? I told you, pretty fun, right?
No, Minion 4 just stumbled into the fuel containers.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely losing. What comes after fine motor control?
All motor control?
Yeah, that. Anyway, I can always take over fueling duty.
I appreciate that, Barry, but she really needs to feel like she's earning her keep.
All right, well, I call dibs whenever she finally goes totally crazy.
Your team spirit is an inspiration.
Oh, it's not team spirit. I am just bored out of my mind. Like, life on this ship has kind of always sucked, but it's hit new lows since I lost my best friend.
We all mourn the loss of the rearview mirror, Barry.
It's just weird that something would knock her off without doing any damage to the rest of the ship.
Well, things get weird out here around the edge of the universe.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Sure. What would that be?
Not one of you have noticed my new updo.
Thunder, you're way taller than the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen the top of your head.
Well, I, for one, don't see height.
I didn't even realize you had hair. You do know we all agreed last week to shave off our hair and put it in the recycler.
Yeah, I've been walking around furless, and it is cold up in this bitch.
I grieve your hair, my emperor. I always found it neat.
But my updo makes me feel confident.
Thunder?
Okay, fine. Mean old man.
Thank you. Let's get things underway. As is tradition, let's begin with an inspirational reading from the Space Wikipedia article for the planet Bumfuck. Computer?
Today's reading comes from the section entitled Ecology. On the far-off planet Bumfuck, there's a breathable atmosphere, and the gravity is survivable, and the sun is not too near. There are life forms based on carbon, such as bunnies everywhere. I'ma take a trip and steer my ship, even if it takes 60 years of incredible suffering, to the wondrous land of Bumfuck.
Man, when we get there, I am gonna eat so many of those bunnies.
Next section, etymology. The name Bumfuck is a compound of bomb and fuck.
Thank you, computer. That's plenty. Now that we're all feeling motivated, Barry, could you give us the health report, please?
There's some good news and some bad news. Good news, I was lying on the floor in the sick bay, because what else is there to do? And I spotted this baby under the bed.
What is that?
Right, I forget you come from the Dark Ages before modern drug synthesis. This, my deprived friend, is a tab of a very special drug called... Or at least I'm like 90% sure that it is. 85% sure. It might be roach poison. But if it is, in fact, a taste of this, and you can talk to the gods. Seriously, they had clinical trials and everything.
The gods exist.
I mean, some of them. It's a big universe out there, guy. Anyway, the point is, painkillers are back in stock for the first time in a while. So that's the good news. The bad news is I'm not sure which of us is going to need it first. I've lost half of my body weight. Thunder is showing what may be early signs of explosive osteoporosis.
It is caused by a confidence deficiency.
Plus, Minion 4 has...
a cold, right?
Yeah, a cold. A cold with the rare side effect of dementia. But nothing to be worried about, I'm sure. Also, I don't know whether to call this good news or bad news, but Emperor Guy, your cancer appears to be in remission.
Oh, good. I mean, I'll miss our little surgeries, but how is that bad news?
Well, it means no more tumors to cut out and throw in the recycler, which means we're 100% out of food.
I guess dinner tonight is recycled updo salad.
Barry, I think it's time to go ahead and put your medical instruments in the recycler. We've only got one more year to go, and they ought to help us get through that last bit of distance.
You heard me say explosive osteoporosis, right? I'd rather keep an eye on that in case it gets worse.
You'll know.
Okay. Cool.
Everything all right?
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just a cook with no food, and a bear with no fur, and I'm about to be a surgeon with no instruments. So I'm just relishing a last moment before I become a sack of meat. Half a sack of meat.
We all appreciate your discipline.
Sure thing.
Minion 4, maintenance report. Minion 4.
Maintenance report! Hull integrity has reached negative numbers. The ship is being held together by space barnacles. Ghosts and triangular hats prowl the lower decks. The computer has been replaced by ethereal tentacles.
Thanks, Minion 4. I'll take over from here. As everyone can see, we're down to just these last few rows of fuel canisters, which, as long as we're careful, should be just enough to get us to Bumfuck. And speaking of being careful, we've seen some real energy savings since we all started unplugging appliances after we're done with them. So thanks, everyone, for your discipline.
I feel like maintenance report would be the time to bring up that the water coming out of the recycler has started to have a definite yellowish tinge.
Have you got anything to suggest by way of solutions?
I'm just complaining.
If I may, my lord, there's one last resource we've left untapped. The galactic renewal wave that has been right behind us for the last 59 years. If we just slow down and allow its healing light to wash over us, it might repair the ship, replenish our fuel, alleviate our hunger. I know I personally am not worthy, but no doubt I could be punished for my shortcomings in other ways.
Let's move on. Computer, can you give us an update on the wave?
As predicted, as we reach the strange outer reaches of the universe, the wave is beginning to thin. Estimated timeline for the formation of Swiss cheese-like holes is pretty damn soon.
Wow. Sounds like things are looking up. Thunder, navigation report?
By flying constantly at the ship's maximum velocity and way above the speed limit, we've gained a tiny bit of lead on the galactic, renewal wave. So that's all great, but if we change course just a little, we could pass a Buc-ee's.
Oh shit, a Buc-ee's? They've got everything.
We could refuel, plus their jerky is so good that people routinely travel 60 years out of their way to get it.
No, if we slow down now, we don't have time to get back up to speed before the wave catches up.
But we've skipped so much cool stuff.
Because that's what it takes to get to our destination, and we're almost there. I mean, which is better, staying disciplined a little bit longer so you can live out a rich life among the wonders of Bumfuck? Or burning 59 years of effort so you can pull into the parking lot of some weird crossroads of the universe gas station and almost get your tongue on some jerky before the wave overtakes you? Okay. Meeting adjourned. You're all dismissed. You gonna stay put?
You told us we all needed to move into the same room to save power.
Right. Sorry, slipped my mind. So, crewmates all these years, and now roommates. Who'd have ever guessed that the three of us would... The four of us... The five of us would survive this long, much less spend so many years together. Seriously, guys, thanks to some incredible discipline, we've lasted through everything this mean old universe has thrown at us. And some of us have done it without hardly breaking a sweat. I mean, Barry, besides the nudity and the weight loss, you seem the same as ever. What's your secret?
Well, since you phrased it that way, my secret is that I'm not actually Barry.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm Barry's son.
That's a bare-faced lie.
I feel like any question I ask would be awkward. Computer, can you, give us the birds and the bees on Ursan reproduction?
Ursans use a variety of reproduction strategies, including the really gross method with 2 participants that everyone already knows about, a group method with up to 16 participants known as Build-A-Bear, and a single parent method. When a solitary Ursan loves himself very much, he eats and eats until he produces what is known as a food baby. The young Ursan gestates inside the parent until it has acquired the strength, skills, and pop culture references necessary for survival, at which point it bursts through the parent's skin.
To be clear, it was the last one.
You exploded through Barry's skin?
Yeah, it happened in the bathroom and I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
I remember finding a bunch of fur in the bathroom one day. I assumed you'd molted.
Tomato, potato.
Oh God, where?
Calm down, it's just a figure of speech.
Ugh, I'd kill for a tomato potato right now.
What about you, Thunderclops? What's your excuse for not getting old?
Oh, you just wait till menopause hits. But no, rock demons get old real slow. But you know what gets old real fast? That's snoring. Hey, snap out of it.
I dreamed of my bygone companions.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Many a glorious death have I witnessed since I left my home planet in the imperial province of Buthanglia. Some fell in battle. Some took bullets for the Emperor. Whereas I am laid low by a mere cold. My lord, if it please thee, I could really use that galactic renewal wave right now.
You still haven't earned it yet.
Thy wisdom is not for me to understand.
Tell me this. How long have you served the Empire?
Guy, her brain is totally shot. There's no way.
59 years, 4 weeks, and 5 cycles.
All right, word.
Computer, can you print from blueprint number 5951424?
Warning, fuel levels fuel levels are low. Printing will reduce available fuel levels.
Go ahead and do it.
Is that a coffee?
Shh. Allow me to present.
Greatest minion in the multiverse.
According to the ancient imperial secrets I received on taking office, this honor is unlocked upon achieving a term of service of 59 years, 4 weeks, and 5 cycles.
I always knew it. All this recognition is going to my head.
All right, let's lay you back down.
Is she okay?
Well, Guy, I wouldn't know. I don't have any medical instruments.
My lord.
Right here.
Promise me thou wilt perform my final minionic rites.
I'll, do my best.
It has been an honor to serve. I can't feel my legs.
Shh. You've been found worthy. The renewal wave is washing over you. Your legs have reached a higher plane.
I can feel it. I rise to follow them. All hail, Emperor Gazuntite.
Okay, now that she's gone, I gotta say that cold she had was tuberculosis and hepatitis Y, plus a mild case of cranial dysentery, which is maybe my favorite diagnosis I've ever done.
Go ahead and put her in the recycler, Barry. And the mug.
Oh, okay, sure.
And while you're up, go ahead and throw in those fuel containers, too.
We need those fuel containers to, fuel the ship?
Pick one up.
This fuel container is empty. All of these fuel containers are empty. We don't have enough fuel to get to Bombfuck.
Well, you know how they say a good life is about the journey, not the destination?
Oh, I don't like where this is going at all.
All right, guys, time for me to come clean.
What have you been lying about this time?
I wouldn't say lying so much as preserving morale.
You can have your words and I'll have mine.
Okay. So, ever since we first took off, the plan, as you two know it, has been different from the actual plan. Small differences, really. Like, we haven't gone quite as far as you think, or quite as fast as you think, and we don't have quite as much fuel as you think. See, Minion 4 has been responsible for handling fuel from day one, so way back towards the beginning, I just asked her to, once in a while, stack one of the empty fuel canisters back in here, so you two would think there was more fuel left than there really is.
You're telling me our crazy crewmate who could barely put one foot in front of the other kept a secret from me and Thunder for 59 years?
Well, she took the whole Emperor thing pretty seriously, and she really wanted that galactic renewal wave. Like the other day when y'all were asleep and I sent her out on a spacewalk to knock off the rearview mirror.
Jesus Christ, what?
Yeah, I didn't want y'all to be able to see the wave for yourselves. Anyway, after she was done, she just floated out there and she stared at the wave until she was out of air. So I guess she was a little crazy, but she was the right kind of crazy.
So we're not going to make it to Bombfuck.
I know something you don't know, neener.
Yeah, Bombfuck is an uninhabitable gas giant. I wrote all the stuff in that Space Wikipedia article.
What the hell, computer?
He's the boss. All I did was read y'all what the article says. Ain't my fault you never asked for citations.
Wait, is everyone lying to me? Thunder just said we were gaining on the wave.
No, Thunder has been relying on figures provided by the computer, which has doctored those figures at my request. The wave, in fact, has been slowly gaining on us.
So all that pseudoscience bullshit about Swiss cheese holes in the wave.
Yeah, I made that up on the spot, and I respect you more if you didn't believe me.
Well, look who finally learned how to keep the peasants in line. All hail Emperor Gazuntite.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Don't you dare tell me you're sorry. You are being an evil emperor. You're supposed to exult in finally revealing your evil plan. Please tell me you have an evil plan.
The plan is to send messages to the Mudskipper. That's what we've been using the extra fuel for. Because we are doomed. But the new universe that's getting built behind us might not be. And we can maybe save it and the versions of ourselves that live in it if we can just tell the Mudskipper crew not to do this again.
Sending messages. My God, you are the most goody two-shoes evil emperor.
To be fair, I really thought for a while that I could figure out a way to save us. I really meant it when I said my dad must have programmed in some way of escaping the wave. He would have wanted it for himself. And God knows he was capable. I mean, if he could make Mr. Cheezers immortal. I tried really hard to save us. I just couldn't figure it out. So the messages thing was kind of plan B.
But I mean, surely we could have just sent out a message 59 years ago and then plunged into the death wave and put ourselves out of our misery. And meanwhile, I could have just eaten everything on board in a day rather than spend 59 years barely surviving on your under-seasoned tumors.
I understand that point of view, Barry, and I appreciate your discipline, but the messages had to travel a very long way.
Through a death wave that destroys everything.
Right, so if we really wanted to accomplish the mission, we needed to send as many as possible.
How many messages are we talking about?
That's a good question. Computer, how many messages total have we sent?
As of this morning, 10,000.
Oh, that's neat.
That's insane. Everyone knows that's the definition of insanity, according to Abraham Lincoln, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting...
But we're not doing the same thing over and over again. Every message has been different. It's possible that the death wave is designed to change the meaning of messages that pass through it, so we've sent them in every language and every code that we can think of. Some of them go straight to the Mudskipper, others go to relay towers that will retransmit them after the wave passes. We've sent drones to burn it into the surface of planets.
He had me jettison an actual message in a bottle into the vacuum of space.
Yeah, so if what you said is the definition of insanity, then clearly I am not insane.
But I thought you said the machine scanned the universe instantaneously, in which case nothing that we've done since the wave began would matter.
Probably, but here we are staying ahead of the wave, so maybe not.
And you've piloted us into the outer edges of the universe, which I believe you said is the part that doesn't get rebuilt.
Yeah, so even if your messages could survive, they're in the 20% that gets obliterated forever. And by the way, so are we. You're just rearranging a universe that's about to get demolished.
Guys, I appreciate your input, but I think you're coming at this wrong. Think about it this way. Right now, on the other side of that wave, is it the past? Is it the future? Or is it both?
How does that... Oh. Ow. 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 Ow.
None of this makes any sense.
Exactly. And if nothing makes sense, anything is possible.
So this was all just a shot in the dark?
No, it was 10,000 shots in the dark. One of them might make it. And for all we know, it's the one you spent your fur on. Any one of our 10,000 moments of discipline might have made the difference.
If I'd known, I would have curled up into a boulder a long time ago.
Well, exactly.
And now, after 59 years of being a lying dickwad, you decide to be an even bigger dickwad by telling us the truth right when we're about to die.
No, the reason I'm telling you is because I want to let you make the final choice. It's true that we're running on fumes, but thanks to our discipline with the recycler...
If you say the word discipline one more time, I'm going to squeeze your head.
Thanks to all the stuff we've recycled, we have a last bit of energy, which we get to decide how to use. We can use it for fuel, we can get a last bit of time.
But not enough to make it to Buc-ee's.
Or we can have a last meal.
Made out of a coffee mug and Minion 4. I mean, I know the recycler sterilizes everything, but I'm still going to taste the dysentery.
Or we can send one last message.
No more messages. 10,000 is a perfect number.
But 10,001 is kind of even better.
Ugh. It's gonna itch at my brain for all eternity.
And this could be the one that makes the difference. The message written with Minion 4's dying breath might be the...
Just shut up, Your Holiness.
So, I don't get a vote?
Sure.
You know what? Never mind. I don't need that kind of pressure in my life.
All right, guy. It's obvious which one you want to do, and I'll go along with your stupid idea. But I have one condition.
Which is?
If I'm going to end my life by screaming into the void, I want to do it blitzed out of my mind.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get blasted.
You want in on this guy? Decide quick. Splitting a pill in thirds is way harder.
What did you say were the odds that it was poison?
Doesn't matter.
I guess not. Sure. Let's get everything in order first. Computer, cease propulsion.
Warning. Ceasing propulsion will result in the wave striking the ship.
Don't tell us. Just go ahead and do it.
Propulsion ceased.
All right. Would you go ahead and start recording the message, too? I feel like we might forget otherwise.
Recording.
Thank you. Barry, take it away.
Here you go, Thunder.
Thanks. One ticket to the Buckies of the mind.
One for me. Hope your highness doesn't mind getting the smallest one, given your tiny circulatory system.
No, that's plenty. Thank you. How will I know when it's kicking in?
For me, it starts with kind of a buzz, right where my spine meets my butt.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then I get a warm feeling in my toes.
I didn't even realize I had toes.
Then I start to see little...
Oh my God.
What is it?
I feel so fucked up right now.
Let's record the important part before we get all...
I don't know what to say. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking...
No, guys, we just be serious. We just speak from the heart.
Yo, Mudskipper gang, we call from the future and the past at the same time to tell you to get your shit together.
Shh. We have to give them clear, achievable metrics for success. Guys, don't hit the switch. You already did, but don't hit the switch. It's never too late, even when it's too late.
I love you.
Do you think the death wave is? Like, are we talking a little bit deathy at the edge and then like real deathy in the middle?
Let's just think about forward. Hey, I know the future is stupid and all, but has anyone ever figured out what's beyond the edges of the universe?
I don't know. I don't ever know. I should have paid more attention in class. Whoa, guys, what if we send this message there? Out past the edge of the universe.
That's not something I ever thought to try before.
Message sent. Message bent. Message bent. No, wait. I'm still recording. Message.
About now would come the talking to the gods phase of the experience. I should warn you, the last time I used I ended up on the line with Hasbomba, the god of shelving, who was a real motor mouth. Seriously, it really detracted from...
I know that sound. Mr. Cheezers?
The Son of the Father, we have heard your cry.
Mr. Cheezers, you're okay.
The weight of eternity grows lighter.
Hey, little guy. What you doing hiding at the edge of the universe?
The edge is the center, is the edge, is the center, is the edge. You see?
I knew someone had to be listening. One of our messages had to get to someone. Even the very last one. Even shot straight out into nothing.
Your cry will echo. the echoes will be heard.
It's really good to see you again, buddy. Right at the end.
The end is the beginning, is the end, is the beginning, is the end, is the beginning, is the end.
Bottom line, if that wave hits us, whatever comes out the other side might look like us, but I don't know if it'll actually be us.
How would we even know if they turn the machine on? Can you see the death wave?
I have no idea.
So it might have already happened.
Wow.
Hey, we found the Mudskipper.
Why didn't you tell us?
You good? You sound like you're dying.
No, just swallowed some of my own spit. Anyway, why didn't you tell us it would be at the center of an expanding sphere of energy?
Crap.
Meanwhile, on the Mudskipper.
I still say we kick it.
I'm not seeing anything other than that switch. There's got to be something I missed.
This is what we get for relying on so-called experts. Get out of the way.
Sure, Captain Noodle Arms. Look all you want.
What did you call me?
Don't worry about it.
Because it was preceded with Captain. I'll let it pass. This time.
What was that noise?
Alert. Incoming message.
Time to demonstrate dominance over this giant battery.
How strange. No one ever calls us. Who's it from?
Unknown number. It's probably just some rando.
Thank you. Barry, take it away.
It's Guy.
Here you go, Thunder.
And Barry.
Thanks. One ticket to the Buckies of the mind.
And Thunderclops. Who'd have guessed they'd all survived?
What are they talking about?
Sounds like a butt dial.
I may be a Noodle Arms, but there's a reason I'm Captain Noodle Arms.
More messages are coming in.
That settles it. Totally a butt dial.
That explains what a metric crapload of them we are getting.
How's the hunt going down there?
Ugh, why did people from the past invent such stupid, featureless cylinders?
Computer, how many messages are in the queue?
Let me count them. 1, 2, skip a few.
It has to be this switch. You just didn't flip it hard enough.
10,001. Hang on. Hold the phone.
Does anyone else feel like the bottom just dropped out of their soul?
Ow, my finger.
Did it do anything?
That's weird. The LED didn't come on.
I told you that.
Computer, I detect a note of concern.
Revising message count. We have 20,002 messages.
Nikolai, get out of there. Let me look.
You're just gonna do the same stuff I did.
Yeah, but better. Now it's me doing it. Stuff works better when you're the captain.
I repeat, 20,002 fricking messages.
And we haven't even finished listening to the first one yet.
I've never felt more connected to the universe, and it sucks.
I can't tell if this LED is on or not. Computer, turn out the lights.
Now it's as dark out there as it is in here.
Nope, the LED isn't on. Computer, turn the lights back on.
Hang on, I can't find the light switch through these 30,003 messages.
What an alarming volume of messages. Sending that many must have taken... Calculating...
There it is. I can barely reach it.
180 years.
I'm coming back in there. This feeble Dark Age technology clearly needs all the help it can get.
I told you, it ain't gonna work for anyone but the captain. Let me at it. God, that's annoying.
Which part, sweetie?
Computer! Have you thought about maybe emerging from your nap time to let us know whether anything we're doing is making the slightest difference?
I'm kind of busy figuring out where to put these 50 squiggle bytes of messages you keep ignoring. So I'm sorry if I'm not getting the message because I'm up to my eyes in 170,017 goddamn messages.
On the bright side, dear, you're sounding much more energetic than a little while ago.
Yeah, didn't you just say you were on low power mode?
Oh, right. Hang on. Full power restored.
Oh, I guess that LED must have burned out. Who knew LEDs could burn out?
When did this happen?
About 1 space minute ago, when that dude first flipped the switch.
I knew it! He's been hiding things from us. Hey, that dude, get off the floor.
I think he's dead.
Oh yeah? Who's a noodle arms now?
Update. His body is slowly fading from view. Now his clothes are collapsing as if nothing were inside of them.
Yes, we can all see that, dear.
What a show-off.
Now that the power issue is resolved, shall we see what someone has dedicated approximately 1,020 years to messaging us about?
Sure.
There's literally 170,017 of them. Most of them are in random-ass languages. Here are a few of the comprehensible ones.
Guys, I don't know how many ways I can possibly say it. Don't turn on the battery. Every time you use the battery, it ends billions of lives. I'm sorry, billions just feels like the biggest number, but it's not nearly enough. Quadrillions. What's past quadrillions? Quintillions. Septillions. Dodeca. You know that idea that a butterfly flapping its wings might cause a typhoon on the other side of the world? You are that butterfly. So please, for the sake of all of us, stay calm. Stay still. Never flap your wings again. I mean, to get this thing a sense of scale, if you use the machine, I don't know, 17 times, it would mean you'd have destroyed, I mean, like, 97% of the universe? I mean, 97.73, if we want to be pedantic. Of course, you'd never just use a machine like that 17...
Oh, that guy. What an alarmist.
On the bright side, we've got propulsion again. Remind me where we were going before all this kerfuffle.
Oh, yeah. What were we doing? I totally forgot.
That was Starship Mudskipper, Season 2, Episode 3, Starship Bloopers. Written by Andrew Farrier, with an opening scene by Jack Townsend. Speaking of bloopers, stick around for some outtakes, but first... Our performers this episode were, in order of appearance, Andy Armstrong, Andrew Farrier, Lewin, Matthew Morris, Jack Townsend, James Lanius, Lady Delaney, John Angelo Cassaro, Murk Dreher, Erica Durr, High Priest Robi, Jeff Quach, Mr. Creepypasta, and Helen Jaksch. Special thanks this episode to Jill Hart. Y'all know where to find us, thesnakespaw.com if you like websites, plus YouTube, Instagram, and the podcast provider of your choice at The Snake's Paw. And on any of those platforms, you will find conspicuous links to where you can support the show, either directly through Ko-Fi or with the gift of Mudskipper merch. Mudskipper is going on a short break, but it'll be back late in the summer. In the meantime, we'll be sharing some new stuff. Check out our most recent drop before this one for details. Thanks as ever for listening. Now enjoy a moment behind the scenes with us.
We're actually, Mappo, before we do that, we're gonna get a bunch of gasps and stuff for the opening scene.
I can do gasps.
Yeah, give us some gasps. You can start us off.
Can I? That's all I got.
That's great. Can you give us some murmuring, some like peas and carrots? I'm just gonna layer that like 15 times. That's great.
Yeah. Somehow that's like what I assume Mappo's inner monologue is all the time.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mafro. All right. Robi.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Just 3 gasps and then some murmuring.
Okay. Murmuring. Sure, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know why I'm going to I don't give a fuck. God damn it. The motherfucker.
Yep.